Hello. As you know, it is April, and April has been astrology month for the Lotus Balance blog. And I wanted to come to you today with a little informational video about the first six zodiac signs. I've recently posted about them. I've also uploaded some meditations for each. And I just wanted to pop in here today and give you a little bit more information coming from one of my oracle decks called the Starcodes Astro Deck. Okay, so I've pulled the first six zodiacs, which are Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And I'm just going to go through these with you. And if you are one of these signs and it resonates with you, please be sure to drop a comment and let me know what you think. But we're going to see what the deck has to tell us about each one of these signs. So the first sign in the zodiac calendar is Aries. You can see here, the Aries is symbolized by a ram. So just looking at this card, you can see strength, stability, not giving up, pushing through boundaries, pushing through trouble. So let's see what the deck has to say for us. So the Aries asks you to remember your personal fire, your reason for being alive. It pumps up the volume of your life force. Its energy is raw, exhilarating, direct, rude, passionate, and looking for a challenge. Hence our little ram friend here, right? Use your wisdom to focus this raw power and give it a goal. So we just finished up with the new moon where we made some new moon intentions for the next lunar cycle. So if you're in Aries, this is a very good time for you to make some intentions and goals and get them going. So your action as an Aries is to move into new territory, cut to the chase, and be a hero. Feel the call to action and thoughtfully respond to it. Aries activates our inner adolescent. Direct orders can set off knee jerk rebellion. Instead of telling others what to do or how they feel, express your own experience and opinion and speak in I terms. The challenge for Aries right now is that accidents increase when you're in a hurry, rushing through a project, or impatiently distracted. The flammable temperament can spark inspiration or spark conflagration. Proceed with caution. Aries marks the beginning of spring in the Northern Hemisphere. And after a long, dark winter, the dead landscape is coming alive. Plants that were shorn of leaves or dormant now breathe new life. This is a brave miracle, and it can be your miracle. So there's that information for you for the Aries out there. Okay, drop a comment if that resonates with you. So the next one we have is Taurus. We're actually in Aries season right now, and we're going to be ready to go into Taurus season. I believe it is next week. Yeah, it's either at the end of this week or next week. So we've got a couple of strong animals here in our first two zodiacs. We have the ram, and then we have the bull. And if you know or are a Taurus, you know that these are very, very strong-willed people. My oldest son is a Taurus, and he's probably one of the most strong-willed, stubborn kids that I know. But that's okay. So about the Taurus asks you to hold still, dig in, grow roots, and strengthen over time. Manifest in a practical way. So again, we're talking about manifesting our goals in tune with the recent new moon. Signified by a bull standing in its field, Taurus rules the neck and the voice, which is also your third chakra. Its its purpose is to bring life into matter through growing wildflowers and crops, through muscular strength and the sensual potential of our bodies, and through the solidness of our material resources. So, work with the metaphor of gardening. Plow the ground, plant the seeds. You can even plant those seeds literally and figuratively. While you're planting seeds or growing your garden, set an intention and put that intention with the seeds as you plant them. Grow roots rather than travel. Investigate what concrete form your project should take and the next practical steps in that direction. So the challenge for a Taurus is excess. It can lead you to mistake stubbornness for strength or look for spiritual and emotional answers in the material world. Clarify your hunger, your desire for love. The gift for Taurus is everything that surrounds you is made up of matter. And the word matter comes from the Latin word matar, or mother. Taurus contracts you to the sacred Mother Earth, Gaia herself, the physical vessel who holds spirit in the body and in the planets and in the earth beneath us. So think of Taurus as your jump into spring. This is where we're going to be planting, we're going to be seeding our intentions, and we're going to stay grounded. We are jumping into spring, as I said, and things are starting to bloom. Things are starting to grow. Everything that is dormant is now coming alive. And as a Taurus, you can really, really dig into this particular time for your goals and for yourself. So third, we have Gemini. Gemini is a very intriguing little sign. It is symbolized by the twins. But what we see in this card is two flowers being pollinated by a bee. And I find it kind of cool that I'm actually filming this video here in Franklin Grove, Illinois at the Lincoln Way Stay, where they have a bee farm. So the Gemini is a symbol usually symbolized with a pair of twins. Gemini asks us to weave a web of connection and build networks with humor and all forms of communication. This is a mutable air sign and is ruled by Mercury. It's connected to the lungs, shoulders, hands, and the nerves in the upper part of the body. Gemini's purpose is to disperse ideas like milk thistle on the spring winds, cross pollinate ideas like bees buzzing over the flowers. So, action for you, Gemini, is that words are at the heart of the issue that you are facing right now. And not just any words, but real dialogue. If you feel tension in a situation that you're currently in, see what is blocking the lines of communication and open that blockage up. The challenge for Gemini right now may be more complex than you think. So be willing to just really dig in. We're getting more and more of an earth, dig in, be rooted kind of message here today. So dig in. You can be shallow and oversimplified as a Gemini, but you need to encourage yourself to be broader and have a little bit more depth so you can add depth to your life consciously. So the gift for Geminis is an open mind and a sense of universal siblinghood. We are all in this together. The soul knows how to find itself back in equilibrium if we just let all the parts communicate. Help the unexpressed feelings, persons, and elements within the community to be heard. So we're hearing communication, we're hearing community. We are really coming together to plant the seeds of our intentions during Gemini season and for Geminis. Next, we have Cancer. Cancer is symbolized by the crab. And I've always been fascinated by Cancer and the symbolism of the crab. So let's get into what that is all about for any of you born under the Cancer sign. Cancer is symbolized by a crab who asks us to dive deep into the sea of emotion and come back home again. The crab always carries its protective shield, however. So it's always protected, but sometimes as a Cancer, you need to come out of your protective shell. Be the emotional leader and connect with the parent archetype. If you're in need of parenting yourself, reach out to the divine mother and father, to the earth, beneath the sky above, and feel held, feel secure. If you're called to parent others in this situation, whether to love or to work with, do so with a balanced approach of honest feedback, support, and self care. Nurture without enabling. Okay? Nurture the connections with your chosen family and tribe. And this deepens our relationships at home as well as the ones in our community. So the challenge for The Cancer is crabs are hard on the outside, but soft and squishy on the inside. Remember that the very defenses you think will keep you safe may actually keep important people out. Soften your shell. You have a backbone and are not only protected solely by this. Your gift, be aware of the psychic pool in which you float. If you feel tossed by the waves or battered by the anxiety of those around you, dive down deeper and find the calm below. So, this sign is about nurturing, making sure that you are not taking on too much of everyone else's stuff, that you are not living in the anxiety of the people around you. So, you can have that protective shell as the Cancer does, as the crab does, but remember that sometimes you need to come out of it so that you don't lose yourself within that shell. Now we have Leo. Leos are so much fun. They're about pretty much half of my family are Leos. It's kind of interesting, and some of my closest friends are as well. So the Leo is represented by the majestic and beautiful roaring lion. They're the ones who love to be in the thick of everything. So, Leo, it is your time to shine. Shine for the benefit of all. Leo's lion symbol asks you to be brave, be visible, share from your heart, and warm all of those around you. Take your space, be visible, light up the room, but also honor the light within others. Don't make it just about you. Leo asks you to be the hearth fire of the situation. Hold other people's attention, not just for your own ego, but for their benefit, as if an actor or a teacher would do this. Okay? Be honest rather than modest. Dramatize the situation to get your point across. Just be sure to track where the earth ends and hyperbole begins. The challenge for you, Leo, is if you're acting from a place of soul hunger, you could mistakenly think that any attention from others that will fill that gaping hole, that you're going to be fine if you get attention. Not all attention is good attention. Stubbornness, the fear of being wrong, or the desire to be seen as a leader may blind you to what is urgently needed. Your gift, Leo, is love. Leo rules the heart chakra. So bring your energy and intention into your heart and let this chakra be a beacon of light. Honor the heart within each person you meet and watch the dynamics of your relationships shift. Last but not least, in this cycle, we have the Virgo. The Virgo is nurturing, reaching for the wheat, taking it, getting ready to harvest it. Okay. So for the Virgo, my little pages stuck together there. For Virgo, the symbol is a woman or potentially a goddess holding a sheaf of wheat. Virgo is another earth sign ruled by Mercury. And wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the chaff. Virgo is connected to the nervous system and the intestinal tract. Look for the grain and release the chaff. So take off the layers and get to the good stuff. Weed, harvest, and sort. Something in this situation needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized in order to bring it to harvest. Whether you're asking about a relationship, a work project, or the culture in which you work. Virgo wants you to be specific, sort, and release a habit. Not a person, but a habit, and change how you interact. The challenge for Virgos is if you just weed the garden and don't plant it or cultivate it, all you're going to have is an empty bed. Editing without creating gives you no content whatsoever. I've certainly learned that in my years as a blogger. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. Gift for you, Virgos. The world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and the twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the past and the whole. Rather than judge the past, pay attention to the necessary tools in your current reality. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. All right, that covers the first 6 signs in the zodiac year. I really hope that if you fall under any of these 6 signs, that it resonates with you and that perhaps you can take away a little bit of information from this video to help you. We have the themes of Earth, we have the themes of setting intentions and goals, nurturing protection, and simply being who you truly are. If you would like to have a personal card reading with me, whether it's about the astrology or any other subject that you might have intentions or questions about, please be sure to let me know. I'm going to drop my scheduling link in the comments. So if you're interested, please do let me know, and stay tuned for part 2, where we will cover the last 6 of the 12 zodiac signs. Have a wonderful day. Blessed be.